This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, we have an update tonight on the $6.5 million bridge now under construction at the Fishing Hole Road. The mega structure is expected to be around 15 feet high. Ground was broken for construction in December 2015, but so far the project has had its share of challenges. Italia Hall reports.
President of All Bahama Construction, Wolfgang Gagger, admits that the project suffered a setback due to Hurricane Matthew, but is now back on track. He says residents should begin to see some major physical changes by mid-March.
We have finished basically all the main components. We have done our 36 beams for the bridge. We have done 240 of 280 precast, pre-stressed bridge stack slabs. We have here in the background, you can see the 80 of the precast, pre-stressed concrete piles. And when the bridge is reopened, we will divide the temporary road from the existing road with a 3-foot high concrete wall barrier to protect the construction site from the traffic.
I'm currently standing on the temporary road, which Geiger says should be open as early as next week, but he says there's just one safety issue.
Our traffic department from the Grand Bahama Port Authority, they're requesting street lights, but before was street lights here, but the hurricane took all the poles away, and now we have to come up with a plan how we feed the street lights and who is paying for.
And if you were wondering when the bridge will be finished,
hopefully end of August, hopefully. Depending on the weather and also on approvals and deliveries on more material.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
The voter registration drive continues on Grand Bahama. The Parliamentary Registration Department advising the public that as a result of the Boundaries Commission report approved in the House of Assembly this past Wednesday, all persons registering as of today, February 17th, will receive the new voter's card upon registering. Sabrina Brown has more in this report.
Voter registration numbers are increasing daily. Up to February 16th, the total number of registered persons on Grand Bahama was 19,758, nearly 75% of the total in 2012. Central Grand Bahama leads the way with 4,305, followed by East Grand Bahama with 4,337. Marco City has 4,152 eligible voters, Pine Ridge 3,558, and West Grand Bahama and Bimini 3,336. Assistant Parliamentary Commissioner Reno Smith says the system was shut down on Thursday night for checks and balances. However, persons can still register.
We are now distributing these cards to members of the public for those who registered today and any day thereafter. On the 6th of March, persons who would have registered previously and who were given a green or white receipt card can now come to here at the office on the 6th of March, the first week in March, to collect their voters' cards.
He says changes have been made to some of the boundaries here on Grand Bahama.
Central Grand Bahama number 2 is now East Grand Bahama polling division number 16. West Grand Bahama and Bimini polling division number 15 is now Central Grand Bahama number 2. It should be noted that East Grand Bahama now has 16 polling stations instead of 15, and West Grand Bahama has 14 instead of 15.
Smith says the department is working to stamp out any fraudulent practices during the registration process.
Since the powers that be did change the ruling and said persons can come in and register with their cards, we have seen some persons who should not have registered, but again, in fairness to my superiors, they did say at the discretion of the revising officer, and so we're going to recommend that certain persons be strucken from the voters registration list because they never produce any birth certificates or passport. They cannot prove that they're Bahamians. We've had someone who was able to get in at one of the centers. I had to call the Registrar General's office this morning, and there is no record of this person ever being born in this Bahamas with a unique name that's not unique to the Bahamas. And so things like that we are very concerned about.
The Assistant Parliamentary Commissioner is advising persons who have not yet registered to do so quickly, as there is no telling when the voter register will close.
Only one man knows the day or the hour when that bell will ring, but those who have eyes to see can see. The fact that we are giving you your cards today, blind Bartimaeus could see what's going on. So I strongly urge all persons, all and sundry, to come in and register today.
Mobile registration has been discontinued. However, voter registration centers remain open at public schools throughout the island, as well as at St. Stephen's and St. Mary Magdalene Anglican Church Halls in West Grand Bahama. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The Ministry of Grand Bahama taking a major step to address the environmental concerns of residents living near the island's industrial park. The ministry contracted the service of a consultancy firm to carry out safety assessment for the communities surrounding those parks. Sabrina Brown has more.
Two consultants from the Netherlands were on Grand Bahama for the past week, conducting an independent safety assessment of communities surrounding the industrial park. Minister for Grand Bahama Dr. Michael Darville says this project, which is expected to take 10 to 13 weeks, is the second recommendation of PAHO and WHO report on the health risk for residents in the southern communities.
I also take this opportunity to thank the residents of Pindus Point, Lewis Yard and the surrounding areas, and to remind them that this independent study will conclude the recommendations under the PAHO and WHO report. I'm also pleased to indicate that the recommendation for the monitoring of the environment is already in play, and the installation of our ENOS systems are already surrounding the island as well as the industrial sector.
Consultants Jacob van der Schaaf and Michael Prunk conducted the safety assessment.
We are very familiar and feeling very comfortable in consulting private companies such as terminals, oil and gas, chemical and petrochemical. We are safety experts by nature.
We collected enough information to make the calculations next week back in Holland to see what are impact distances and what is relevant, and of course also what is important, what is not relevant to take into further account. And we have gathered the necessary information, and we can go on with our work now the next weeks, and we'll come back to present the results.
NEMA is also playing a critical role in this assessment process. Deputy Co-Chair Tammy Mitchell.
Our role as the Grand Bahama Disaster Consultative Committee is to ensure that whatever steps or measures need to be put in place, that we play an intricate role in ensuring that the residents are our first priority in getting them out of harm's way. We have met with the group as well and given our suggestions in terms of possible evacuation routes.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The United Nations has declared 2017 as the year of sustainable tourism development, and the Keep Grand Bahama Clean organization is partnering with the Ministry of Tourism to pay attention to this global initiative. Today, the Ministry of Tourism kicked off a year-long sustainable biodegradable campaign to cut down on the use of styrofoam and increase the use of biodegradable products. Senior executive with the Sustainable Tourism Unit, Jeffrey Pinder, says that the ministry is taking active steps to ensure that all partners and suppliers take part in this effort. Committee member Olivia Gardner says that they are pleased to be a part of this initiative.
One of the products we focus on at this point is styrofoam. And styrofoam is a negative impact on the island and also the environment. The United States Institute of Health classifies styrofoam as a major carcinogen, which is a cancer-causing agent, and we believe this is a problem for the Bahamas too.
We're very pleased that they've decided to launch this biodegradable year, and we hope that this program continues not only for the year of 2017, but that it continues throughout our lifespan, that it's the mindset shift and not just a one-year program.
So far, 7 stores on Grand Bahama have committed to purchasing more biodegradable products. Representative of Cartwright Trevor Edgecombe and General Manager of BWA Wayne Russell are encouraging other suppliers to do the same.
We do have that product here, the bags that we presently sell in the store. So we are engaging in keeping the island clean, and we do support that. We do make sure to keep the area clean, the beaches for our tourists when they come to the island.
And we're going to bring in supply of biodegradable trays instead of the regular old foam trays. So we're taking a leap of faith here. We're hoping that we can change the mindset of the public and have the public start demanding from their restaurants and their food vendors that they now serve the food in these trays.
Stay with us. There's more news right after this.